Good morning, how are we going? It is Friday morning, of course, and I am just getting started to do some calls for the day. I've got a few check-ins with clients and that's pretty much it today. I'm just putting my jewellery on because I put some fake tan on last night and I didn't put my jewellery back on, but this always happens because I wear two necklaces. They always get super tangled up, so it's a bit like a daily routine to try and untangle them. Some people would say just don't wear two necklaces, but they're sentimental, they mean something to me. In fact, I do often get a lot of questions about my jewellery because I pretty much wear the same jewellery every single day. This is probably the one I get the most comments about, which is my molecule. So people always like to guess what the molecule is of. Let me just put it on. This is the first one. Sorry if you can hear those geese in the background. Believe it or not, it's like geese mating season and they are so noisy from about 4:30 in the morning. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So this is a molecule of adrenaline, which, if you got it right, congratulations. The reason I have it is because I always wanted sort of a sciencey piece of jewellery to wear that I could always keep because I studied science. I absolutely love science, if you didn't know. And the reason I chose adrenaline was because at the time of getting it, I was really struggling with anxiety and also depression. So it was kind of like a reminder to me that however bad things got and however physically I felt, it was all, well, not all of it, but it was partly adrenaline. Like at the end of the day, it's just science, and it kind of gave me some sort of peace. And now I just wear it because obviously I absolutely love it, but it also feeds into some of the stuff I do because I love, you know, adrenaline sports or like trying to get into them, trying new things and all that sort of stuff. So it kind of works out well. And then the other one I wear is just a letter L, which Josh's mum got me as a gift for my birthday and also for looking after him when he was in hospital. So I always wear that as well now just because it's sentimental. And then in terms of these bracelets, so I collect these kind of stamped bracelets. I have one more that I'm not actually wearing, it's just over there because I was doing handstands yesterday. But a couple of these my mum has actually made me. So she made me this one a while ago when I was at university. It says, follow your dreams. So I always wear that one. I've worn these for years and they never ever come off, doesn't matter what I'm doing. And my mum also made this one, which is perfect for this video, but the mountains are calling. So she just makes them out of silver clay and then stamps them with letters. So the mountains are calling. This one I got in Las Vegas. My parents used to live in Las Vegas, so I used to go out quite regularly on holiday, and it says, I don't think it's gonna focus, but it says breathe. It was just a nice little thing. Again, at the time I was struggling with anxiety, so it's just always nice to have those. And then this one Josh got me for my birthday, I think, and it's basically the coordinates of where we went on our first date, which is very thoughtful. And then the last one, let me go and grab it. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce this because it's all in a different language, but I will try and show you if it will focus. But this is what it says, and it's a bit of a thicker one. And the translation is, from Icelandic to English, die with memories, not dreams. And that's come from something that my mum and I saw when we were in Iceland. And I just thought, that's gonna be my mantra for life, that I'm just gonna die with memories and not dreams. It just kind of was such a short but powerful statement. And so basically, I wrote it on a piece of paper and I stuck it in our hotel room, and she then made me a bracelet to wear. So that was really, really nice. And it's always a really good reminder of living in the moment and, you know, not taking for granted time and being able to just make the most of life, which is something that I fully believe in, but I struggle with a lot because I always feel guilty if I'm doing things that I deem to be more like enjoyable or selfish in terms of going out and exploring or taking time to do things. As you guys know, like we've spoken about this in previous videos. So that's what I wear. Yes, I love these cheesy quotes. I love quotes in general. I just think they're awesome. And I don't have any on my walls really, I don't think. No, I have one in the bathroom, but it's a Monopoly one. I'll show you guys later. But yeah, I love having them on, and they're always my little reminder, and they just don't come off, unless, of course, I'm fake tanning. But anyway, I literally have a couple of minutes before I have to jump on this call, and then I need to plan out the rest of the day and also the weekend. Oh, Hugo's come to say hello. You can't see him, he's behind the camera. So I'm gonna jump on this call and then we will chat a bit later, because I want to talk about how my training has changed a little bit, what my goals are with training in the future, and what I want to achieve in terms of my physical fitness and strength and all that sort of stuff, and where calisthenics fits into that, because it's a little bit confusing how it all fits together. And I also will probably take you on a few workouts as well. So I will catch you guys in a bit. I am not even kidding when I say that there is an entire rugby team in a bar not far away from me, basically naked, spraying themselves with water in the middle of a day on a Friday. I'm not even going to ask any questions. Welcome to Nottingham, which is where I live. Anyway, I'm sitting on my trusty plyo box, which is probably my most favourite piece of equipment, both at home and at the gym, and probably my most used as well, because I wanted to talk to you guys about how my training has changed recently and why. So as you guys know, I love calisthenics and bodyweight training, and up until now, the majority of my lower body training has always been with body weight. So I work on things like pistol squats or Cossack squats, or I'll just do bodyweight movements like step ups on the plyo box. I will do Bulgarian split squats. Basically, I very rarely touch a barbell, but I will use kettlebells quite regularly and dumbbells as well. So there'll be a little bit of weight, but it's always limited, and I don't really go too heavy with my training. Now, the reason for that is because primarily I just love calisthenics. So a lot of my focus is doing calisthenics and doing bodyweight training, because I just really enjoy that. And I haven't really tended to enjoy lifting heavy weights or had a goal to build much muscle in my lower body. Not only that, but I've also found that with just using my body weight and try to increase the intensity of the exercises through either reps or through the height that I'm stepping onto, for example, with step ups, I am able to see huge benefits in terms of my hiking and my functionality just day to day, and also my calisthenics. So from that perspective, it's worked really well for me, and I have that kind of attitude of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So basically up until now, it's just all functional movements that I feel like have a use in day-to-day life and have some sort of replicability in day-to-day life as well. So I love doing things like sled pushes and step ups, but I also love single leg movements or unilateral movements, so Cossack squats and lunge variations as well. So as you guys know, I don't really follow any type of training program, but there's one thing that I have been working on pretty consistently, and that is my calisthenics fundamentals. So that's things like bar skills such as pull-ups and chin-ups. We've got dips, push-ups. I also work on my handstands a lot, and also my core strength and hip hinge movements as well. And I do those pretty consistently at the moment. So for the last probably about 5-6 months, I've been doing that around 3 times a week. There's always a little bit of flexibility, but that's the goal. It's about 3 times a week I will work on those, and I will just do the same movements and just try to increase my reps, increase my strength. And really what I'm trying to do is just build a really good base for my calisthenics, especially after my back injury. And then any skills on top of that I will just do. But I've also been doing so much hiking and getting outdoors and doing outdoor stuff that my training and hiking are kind of working in harmony, and my overall health is fairly good. However, I've just had a bit of a change of heart recently, where I've felt the urge to incorporate a little bit more heavier lower body training into my routine. And I don't really know where it's come from, but I'm just really in the mood to lift weight a little bit more. So for example, deadlifts. I rarely deadlift with a barbell, like I do kettlebell deadlifts, and I do sometimes stuff with dumbbells. I will rarely use a barbell and do a heavy deadlift or try to train myself up to progressively overload that. Same with barbell squats and also barbell lunges as well. I just don't really do it. I never really use the leg press, and I haven't really ever had a goal to build a huge amount of muscle in my lower body, because I already hold a lot of my weight in my lower body. But for whatever reason, that urge has appeared, and I've been really in the mood to program myself some lower body days. So I've changed my split a little bit. I'm still doing my 3 calisthenics days, but I've also started incorporating 3 lower body training sessions, some of which I merge in with my calisthenics days and some of which I do on top of it. But the reason for doing that is so I can start working on some heavy compound. Now this is really good, and I'm really enjoying it so far, so I'm looking forward to sharing my progress with you as and when it happens. This is still relatively new in my training, so I'm not expecting to see progress for a decent amount of time. I'm going to give myself between 6 and 8 months to see any significant progress. Now that being said, I do foresee one slight issue, and that is if I want to progress with my calisthenics, it's always going to be more beneficial for me to have less weight in my lower body, so not to build muscle in my lower body. If you look at someone who typically trains predominantly calisthenics, they tend to have this body shape where they'll be built up on their upper body and their lower body tends to be a lot smaller. And that is because it just favors calisthenics to be lighter on the bottom. If you think about it, a lot of the movements rely on levers and also upper body strength. So it's better to have your weight in your upper body and then be lighter on the lower half to enable those movements to be easier. And I already have that issue where I hold most of my weight in my lower body. So when I'm doing a pull-up, for example, I'm trying to shift a decent amount of lower body weight with my pull-up. And that's just because I naturally hold weight in that area. Although incorporating more heavy compounds in my lower body training, it means that I'm going to inevitably put on muscle there and therefore weight, which is going to make my calisthenics harder. So basically, it's a little bit of a balancing act. Now, another common question and something that comes into play a lot with calisthenics is strength to weight ratio. Now, simply put, this is how strong you are in comparison to your body weight. So I often get the question, can you start calisthenics if you're overweight? And I always say that actually it's a very, very good idea to, because if you think about it, if your goal is to lose body weight, but you also want to train calisthenics, it's beneficial to start doing it when you're still heavier, because as you lose weight, your strength to weight ratio is only going to increase, and that's going to be fantastic for calisthenics. Now, unfortunately, that doesn't really help my situation because I foresee an increase of mass on my lower body. So what I would expect to see is that my progress is going to be a little bit slower with calisthenics, but you know what? I am totally okay with that because I always come back to the reason why, like why am I training? What am I trying to achieve with it? What am I doing? And ultimately, I'm just trying to be the healthiest and most functional version of myself, but also enjoy my training and feel good about myself and feel good about my training and my abilities and learn a few new skills along the way. So I'm not too bothered about the fact that it's going to impact my progress with calisthenics because it's not going to slow it down to a stop. It's just going to make it a little bit slower. And ultimately in the future, if I do lose mass on my lower body, then my strength to weight ratio will increase anyway, and therefore it's only a good thing. Also, because I'll be increasing the mass on my lower body slowly and incrementally, it won't be as obvious a difference. So that's my little update in terms of my training. At the moment, the three main compounds that I'm focusing on are hip thrusts, deadlifts, which are also going to be beneficial for my back rehab, so really important to keep in, and then my lunge variations as well. And other than that, I'm trying to get in loads of kettlebells and still try to keep the rest of the workouts really functional. So I'm involving my core a lot, working on stabilization, and also getting a little bit of upper body in there as well. So it will all come back around and ultimately help calisthenics in the long run. So yeah, that's the goal. And in terms of calisthenic skills that I'm working on, like I say, I'm trying to nail those fundamentals. I'm trying to get my pull-ups better because they're still not fantastic. So I need to work on those a little bit more. But then in terms of actual skills, there's some handstanding skills that I want to learn. I'm still kind of in this pursuit of a muscle up, but it's just taken a little bit of a backseat. And really that's the main ones I'm super focused on at the moment. There's loads of stuff that I would like to be able to do. Back lever would be an awesome one to achieve, and also human flag, but I'm not super set on having to do that in any specific time frame. You guys know me, I'm pretty chill with my training, and I'm just loving hiking and getting outdoors so much at the moment that it's just hard to fit it all in, to be honest with you. Plus I want to learn roller skating, and I'm doing my first BJJ lesson next week. I know that some people have mentioned that to me. So my first BJJ lesson is booked in. I am super, super stoked about it. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. Yeah, I'm basically trying to be the jack of all trades and master of none, but I mean, what changes? Life is too short, hey? So that's my little update. I'm gonna jump on a call now, but I'm gonna go to the gym a little bit later. Today is a Today is a calisthenics training day, and I'm going to be doing, pull-ups. It's pull-ups, push-ups, dips, and handstands, and a couple of accessories. So we'll see how they go. It should be all right. I am due on my period in a few days, so I'm feeling a little bit this week, but it's to be expected. And then tomorrow I will do lower body. So yeah, update complete. Now I need to go make a coffee before I jump on this call because I have not had enough caffeine today. You guys know me, I need at least 4 coffees to get properly going. And then we'll have some lunch and head off to the gym.
So casually keep diving into concrete, so bittersweet, huh? Keep losing sleep while driving in the backseat. What's left
said I won't be back in a while. Don't wait. Already packed her bags, called a cab, made space. And she said I won't answer if you call me when you're lonely. I guess I let her go. Never mind, it's too late. But I can't believe I let you slip. I think about it 7 days a week, and this just can't be how it's supposed to end up. It's not enough. And maybe time will make you fade, but I don't know if I'm ready to just let you go away like my friends think I should. Cause what if I just wanna be with you? I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. But honestly, I can't remember if you love me, or maybe I'm just feeling lonely. I don't know. Just let her go. She got herself a guy, and he's good. No, he's great. Everything she wanted packed behind the pretty face. But I kinda hope he breaks her heart into little pieces and let me.
That is such a good song. It literally is the best hype song for a Sunday morning, for sure. By the way, it's Sunday. I skipped a day. Yesterday I really didn't do much. I just did a lot of walking, a little bit of work, and a little bit of life admin. So nothing exciting at all. And like I say, it's Sunday morning. I've been on my walk. And if I'm not up a mountain on a Sunday, I'm handstanding in my living room. So I just had a good little handstanding session, and it also kind of turned into a bit of a Cali skill session. I just had a bit of play around with some of the equipment that I have, and it was super fun. I kind of feel like my old self again. I think the protein is starting to kick in. I feel like I have more energy, and my body is feeling stronger, definitely stronger. And so I've been working on a few different skills, some handstanding skills and some pointless handstands, which are just fun to learn as well. So if you've followed me on Instagram, you would have seen my attempts, because it's taken like 100 to get so far and I've not quite mastered it. I'll show you what I did manage to do. So that's basically what I'm trying to learn, but I'm trying to hold it for a little bit longer when I get into that top position. But anyway, it's just something pointless that's fun to learn. Now I'm done with that, I'm going to just catch up with a little bit of work, and then I'm probably going to go to the gym and do a, hopefully, lower body session. My back's feeling a lot better, so I'm going to hopefully do my deadlift session. So I will try and get some clips of that. And that's pretty much the main plan for today, other than work. So just programming, I've got a load of emails that I need to respond to, so pretty crazy, chill day, and of course, food as well. I went out on my roller skates on Friday night, and there was absolutely no way I could skate outside. Like, I was so scared, and the ground was so uneven. I'm not sure if maybe I need some different wheels for my roller skates, because the ones I have might be indoor, but I'm so new to it that I haven't got a clue. So I probably have to keep learning in here or at the roller skating rink, which is not too far from where I live, so that's good, until I feel confident at least, and I need to find out about the wheel situation. Other than that, I don't have a huge amount to update you on. I'm hoping to get out for a hike at some point soon, and I'm also thinking, I don't know if I mentioned this, thinking of taking myself on a bit of a spontaneous road trip, just basically taking my car, I think I have said this, but taking my car and taking my job on the road and just going around visiting some clients, because obviously my clients are all online, but they're dotted around the world, but there's some in the UK as well, meeting up with some old friends, meeting up with some new friends, and just sort of seeing where it takes me, because yeah, why not? I think now is the time, the weather's improving, and I suppose before we know it, winter will be here again, and it will be back to snowy wintry hikes, so I might as well make the most of the weather. But yes, that is it. I'm going to make myself a coffee and down that, and then probably get myself to the gym and also tidy up this mess, because it's a little bit messy in here. So I'll catch you guys in a bit.
Always think of you when spring comes, like it's something in the air at that time. Don't know why. Always dream of you when spring comes. It's like the heat on my skin takes me back to the time met you on a Friday, halfway out at the door of the club, playing soul on the weekends, stayed in bed till Wednesday, fell in love with you right there and then. I was young, couldn't see that.
I think it was, well, I don't know what yours was like. Mine was, I think, pretty...
Mine was like feeling it.
Yeah.